Are you looking for standard-bred, thoroughbred, stable supplies, or nutritional products? The Harness Shop Online specializes in bringing only the highest quality horse and equine equipment and products like harnesses, bridles, and other racing and training equipment direct to you, our valued customers. Many great promotional offers and discount coupons are available online at theharnessshoponline.com or call us at 1-866-469-8181. The Harness Shop Online, your one-stop shop for horse and equine products, equipment, and supplies.
I asked Ron, when you tell people that you're a harness racing driver, what do you say about the sport and what do you say about what you do?
I get it a lot, because I'm younger than Ron, and I get it a lot too. A lot of my friends, all my friends now are, because I'm at the track so much, are older people or people that are, it's people my age. They don't go to the track. It's hard to get them out. But like at Grand River, they really target the young people there, and that's something they do. And that's one of the only tracks I've raced at, and I've raced at them all, that target the young people. And all the promotions and all the stuff they do there is for the younger crowd. And if you go to Grand River, it's really refreshing to see, because it's a lot of young people at Grand River. Yeah, it's really neat. It's really neat. Yeah, it is. Yeah, and Kelly Spencer, she does a great job there, and they get the young people out. So it's
the contests going on all the time.
Yeah,
it laps over the next one. You have to go.
Yeah, and they pack them in. They really do. They do a fantastic job. So. And if I meet someone that's never been to the track, I always say, well, you know what, I'm racing at Grand River on Tuesday. You should come to Grand River, because it's a lot of fun there. And everybody that goes to live on Grand River, they have a great time. It's knowledge too. It's knowledge. It's confusing. It's confusing. People come to the track and they look at our program. It's not poker. It's not something they're familiar with. So there's, in my opinion, there's not near enough literature out there, or not. It's not user friendly enough. It's got to be, it really does, it's got to be black and white for people to understand it, because they're not just going to go and pick a number. That's no fun. It's no fun. It's like going and watching a football game and not knowing anything about any of the teams or any of the players. That's half what makes it interesting, is when you get a following, but there's just not enough, it's not user friendly, our sport. And I don't know what the answer is to make it more user friendly, but I think that's what we need to find out. And that's what's really intriguing about our sport too, I think, is the strategy that goes into every race. And all the different variables and all the different strategy, and that's what I try and put through in Twitter, is try and put through, like, if a horse is drawing good or a horse is dropping in class, because there's just a whole lot of, there's so many, there's a lot of strategy and a lot of thought that goes into every race. And I think just the average people think we're out there just aimlessly racing these things, and it's not, and it's not the case, but the average person would think, well, does that person really make a difference? Like, does Ronnie Burke really make a difference, or does Mark MacDonald, or does anybody? They don't realize all the hard work and all the thought that goes into every race. And I agree. And I don't know what I don't know what the answers are to that, but it's like 100%. We have to be more upfront, more. That's why you try and be as transparent and as open to the public as you can be, and talk about everything. And I wish I could explain after every race why I didn't win, to the public, it would be great. I would love to do it. It's hard. Yeah.
With my drivers, I explain to it for them. Like, they suck. It's always their fault.
I don't think it's just that. It's just explaining the whole.
No, the whole concept, and you know what I mean, and or just maybe why. And sometimes I do that even on my Twitter account, is put on why I didn't leave with this horse, when I thought, maybe I looked at the race and thought there was way too much speed in there, and you bet $20 on him thinking, well, I think Mark's going to put this horse in the front, and I drag him back to last. Well, why? And that's my idea as well. There was a ton of speed in that race. I didn't want to. I thought maybe I could make it, but I didn't want to have to pay that price to get there. So I went the other way, and I agree 100%.
I think a great idea would be a social hour every night before the races. If they let us have a drink or two.
I said, when we went to Sweden, you realize the difference. It's national news. It's not, that's what I mean. Like, it was every night you're on the news. It's national news. They, the people are really into it, but they understand it. They understand the sport, and she probably has a bigger following there than she does here. People, like, they were just thrilled when she showed up and things like that. So that, I think somewhat too, and the economics of sports is hurt, in the fact that it's been good, like the one the Westas and the Shark Jesters, because maybe Sharkchester didn't do good as a stud, and because I gelded won the West maybe, and I shouldn't have, you know, that they've been forced to stay onto the track, and you know, people, they learn to identify with the stars of the sport. You know, they see them here and you build emotional relationship to the horse. And I think it's good. You know, too many times the best horse at 3 goes bye-bye, and then you never hear of it again. You know, I mean, the average fan doesn't care if some beach somewhere standing at stud. You know, he isn't going to follow his stud career. But if he was here this weekend and breaking world records, you know, that would get people talking. So, you know, I do think,
100%.
you know, it is a big deal for them to stay on the track.